Good morning and welcome to Valley Speaks here on the Wilkes Broadcasting radio stations, KFRR, KJZN, and KJFX. My name is Jason Squires, your host this morning. And today on the phone we have Davi Ercolini from the ACE Mentor Program. How are you, Stephanie?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I am good today. Now, you guys have some big things going on, some things happening here in Fresno, so thank you for the time this morning on the show.
Oh, no, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
To start real quickly, what exactly is the ACE Mentor Program?
Great question. ACE is Architecture, Construction, and Engineering, and it's an after-school program for high school students, and we introduce them to careers in those industries. And we're kind of brand new to Fresno. We had a pilot program last year that was wildly successful, and we're coming back this year, and we're going to probably triple in size. Pretty excited about it.
Now, of course, the mission of the organization is kind of twofold, to kind of help out those students and also obviously do some other things as well.
Yeah. Our mission, first of all, we have, I know there's kind of a tough economy going on right now, but all the predictions are saying that, when it bounces back, we're still going to have a shortage of folks in our industry, well-trained architects, contractors, and engineers. So our mentors come from industry, and they meet with the students every other week for 16 weeks through the course of the school year, and they introduce them to all the different careers in the industry. And it could be from an architect to somebody who's laboring in the trades or anything in between that. And so our mission is to expose them to all aspects of the industry. And then at the end of the program, it's a scholarship program to help them further their career, whether it's, joining an apprenticeship or going to Cal Poly or going to your local community college, whatever it is. We want to encourage them to pursue careers in our industry.
As far as before we get into the big Fresno event and everything coming up, why do you think there's been why there's a shortage in this industry just for people and everything like that?
Well, it's interesting. STEM, which is, science, technology, and math. Science, technology, engineering, and math, isn't something that has been in the past too much of a focus. And sometimes I know a lot of folks, a lot of parents maybe think that construction's kind of like a dirty trade or something that, is kind of a fallback career when it's really not. I mean, you can have a beautiful career in construction, and Fresno State locally there has a phenomenal construction management program. So people, especially students that are good in science and math, in the past have maybe gone in the finance field or maybe in computer engineering and not really looked at construction as an option. So we're here to let them know that it's a good career and you can make a really good living at it.
That's very cool. And like you said, there is sometimes, unfortunately, a stereotype with construction and stuff like that. How do you kind of, I don't want to say educate people, but how do you kind of get over that kind of initial kind of, that's just, we're just out there in the sun, especially in Fresno. We're out there when it's 114 degrees and we're, how do you kind of initially get over that?
Well, that's where our mentors come in. They're really amazing. And these people, our program is 100% volunteer, and with the exception of me. And they give their time and seeing somebody volunteering their time, coming into your classroom, 60 hours a year or 40 hours a year, whatever it is. I mean, you really develop a relationship with that person, and you can see, how much they love their job and how much they love what they're doing. And maybe you thought, construction was digging ditches, but in reality it's designing stuff with computer-aided drafting and BIM modeling and all these really cool things that, you may not have thought of when you thought construction. So that's what our mentors are there to do, to show them and to excite them. And our mentors love their jobs, and it's really evident when they start talking, and the kids really, really respond to that.
Now, coming up here pretty quick is the Central California Builders Exchange. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, every time we start a new program, we always kind of look for a community advocate to kind of help us get moving. And the Central California Builders Exchange came to us and said they were looking, for some workforce development programs for their members to kind of get them, more engaged in the community. So we brought ACE, and Central California Builders Exchange is hosting an event on August 17th, I believe it is.
Yes.
And it's at their location on Mariposa, and we're going to do a big recruiting event. And they've been huge with their outreach to their membership because they're a construction association. And last year, actually, it's kind of funny when we start a pilot program, and normally in a community we say, we're going to have a mentor event, bring all your friends, and we'll tell you about ACE and get you involved. Average 15, 20 people, usually show up. And in Fresno, because of the exchange and because of the community there, we had like 45 people standing room only last year.
That is awesome.
I know. So we're really proud of that. And we're really hoping to duplicate that this year because we served 2 schools in Fresno County last year. And we'd like to serve 6 this year, but we're going to need a lot more volunteers. So that's what this event's about.
Now, if people are interested with volunteering and everything, where's the website numbers they could call or anything like that?
Sure. Our website is www.acementor.org. And if you go to that, there's tons of information about ACE. And then, of course, you can always call your Builders Exchange, or you can call me, which is another easy way to do that.
Very cool, very cool. Now, I know there's several schools that are in line to participate and everything else. And you said they came to you. Is that normally the way it works with ACE and everything else, and you can look to help out? Or?
Well, that's a good question. Really, the thing I love about ACE so much is that it always tends to be industry-driven and industry, designed. So, so usually it's some interested folks in the community that really want to bring a program, and maybe they don't have the resources to completely start something brand new, and there really is no reason to reinvent the wheel anyway. And I personally feel that ACE functions best when the local people are the ones that are involved with it. So we have affiliates all over California, and Fresno is our newest and our fastest growing.
That's awesome. Now, I'm reading here that last year, you guys awarded more than $300,000 in scholarships to students who are graduating from these programs. That is just an amazing number.
It's amazing in this economy too, right? I mean,
very much so. Very much so.
Our mentor firms are responsible for all of that money. They contribute not only their time and their talent, but also their treasure, and we're really proud of that. We like to we call them scholarships, but it's not always for college. It's for anything in between, and we just like to make sure that our students are continuing their careers in our industry, wherever that may be.
What are some of the biggest success stories you've seen just based on programs like this?
Oh, my goodness. I have so many. I don't even know where to start. Well, actually, my favorite story is out of Los Angeles because that's our oldest program in California. We are a national program. We have 90 affiliates across the country, but our oldest West Coast affiliate is in Los Angeles. And this past year, so we had a student about, 8 years ago when they first started, kind of not doing so well in school, maybe didn't understand math so much, and got involved with ACE. And, when we're doing calculations of roofs and stuff that, relates to real life, it was kind of his mentor say he just kind of got it, And so he ended up going to community college, taking a few drafting classes. Next thing you know, he's enrolled at Cal Poly, and, flash forward 8 years later, he has a master's in mechanical engineering and is now actually a mentor on the team he came from.
Wow,
so,
that is awesome.
Kind of a full circle story, right?
Very much so. That's very cool. That's just and like you said, just one of the many stories I'm sure that you have from the great programs and everything else. So.
Yes. We gave away about $1 million nationally last year.
Wow, that is just the number, just such big numbers. That's amazing.
Yeah. Again, our industry really contributes. They know how important it is, and they want good workers in the future. So
sounds like it's very family knit.
It is. It is. We have a lot of companies that have a national presence, and they're very involved. And then I truly believe, and I said before, that all the local companies really care about their community, and they want it to succeed. So,
as far as when a student and their mentor, how often do they meet and everything else for projects or anything else? How does that work once they're kind of in and going from there?
Sure. Well, the way it works, we actually put together a design-build team as if it was a true industry team.
Okay.
So it's an architect, an engineer, a contractor, a tradesperson, and that group of folks becomes the mentor team for that school site. Mm-hmm. And then we have a group of students. And the teams meet every other week for about 16 weeks.
Wow,
so,
okay.
Like October to about April.
Right.
And we spend the first part of the year talking about I'm an architect, here's how I came to be one, here's maybe my life story, some life skills that kind of might help, towards becoming an architect. And we do that through all the trades, through construction management, engineering, et cetera. And then as if it were real life, we issue an RFP.
Wow. Okay.
Request for proposal, yeah. And so this past year was actually really fun in Fresno. We did the high-speed rail.
Wow, okay.
So we told the kids, pretend you're the design-build team. We want you to build a train station for high-speed rail in Fresno with a visitor center to encourage folks to stay in Fresno when they come through.
Wow,
and, it was really fun. And so the kids work with their mentors, and they actually design it. They draw it in maybe like a Google SketchUp type program. Mm-hmm. Then they have to engineer it, and they have to allow for materials and estimates and schedules and all the things you would regularly do on a job. And at the end of the year, they make a presentation, and they actually get up, and they kind of pitch it like they're pitching it to the city of Fresno or whoever's the owner,
If they're not familiar with certain programs, like let's say a Google SketchUp, so are there opportunities for them to learn in this as they go along? Or?
Oh, yes, absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely. That's part of the whole mentoring process.
Right. Very cool, very cool. Well, I know it's going to be a great event, and I know it just sounds like you keep saying Fresno is one of your biggest growing areas, so we're very proud of that. It's happening on August 17th. The Central California Builders Exchange and ACE will hold an information night for all interested parties. And again, you could go, Stephanie, give them the website and your number if they have any information.
It's www.acementor.org, and my phone number is 916-799-4600. 5483. Call me anytime.
There you go. And that's going to be at the Central California Builders Exchange at 4 o'clock on August 17th. I can't thank you enough for making the time for us today, Stephanie.
Oh, thank you. Really appreciate it. We look forward to everybody coming out.
It'll be great, and it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you for the time, and hopefully catch up later in the year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.